Afternoon guys, I'm Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School. I wanted to let you know real quick at the beginning of this video that this is a video I'm shooting for the Discovery Channel to put on their Facebook fan page. I'm going to go ahead and post this on YouTube for you guys as well, but when you see the intro, I mean, part of this video will be geared toward the Discovery audience, so stay with me. Morning guys, I'm Dave Canterbury with the Discovery Channel, co-host of Dual Survival. What I wanted to do today was I wanted to make a couple short videos for you on the 10 C's of survivability. The first video is going to be on the first 5 C's of survivability that I consider the most important, essential emergency items that you can carry in your kit, whether you're hiking, trekking, backpacking, mountain biking, anything that you do outside that causes you to be in a wilderness situation that could cause an emergency. These 5 items you should have with you. The first C in the 5 C's of survivability is a good quality cutting tool. A good quality cutting tool means something that you can chop trees down with if you have to, but do fine carving tasks as well, because this tool may have to be used to create all of the other items on this list in an emergency situation where you've lost everything but your knife was attached to your body. So make sure it's a good quality cutting tool. The second item in the 5 C's of survivability is a combustion device. When I say combustion device, I don't mean something that can start fire. I mean something that will give you fire. In this case, this is the Ultimate Survival Technology Strike Force. It has a built-in ferrocerium rod with carbide striker that throws fantastic sparks. And inside the ABS plastic case, there's a wet fire gel that will start fire even in damp or wet conditions. This stuff will actually burn floating on top of the water, just like a road flare would do. So this is a very good item for you to have. Surefire is one of the most important aspects of survivability because it helps you control your body's core temperature, and you can do so many other things with fire. The third item on the list is a covering device, something that you can help ensure that your body's core temperature is protected and also could give you shade in an arid environment. I choose to carry a wool blanket for that, 100% wool military style blanket. This one happens to be Italian. This is a 66 by 90 blanket. With this blanket you can roll up in it, you can make a sleeping bag, you can make a shelter, you can make shade. There's a lot of different things that you can do with wool, and wool is the only fabric that will retain 80% of its insulative value even if it's soaking wet. So I recommend carrying a wool blanket for that reason. The next item on your 5 C's of survivability is a container. Cultures have been built around containers throughout time. Containers are very important. Containers are used to collect water, obviously, but also to carry things. But because your hydration is so important, you have to make sure that you drink your water and that you drink it safely. With a metal container, you can boil your water. Boiling your water is the only 100% sure method to kill all microbacteria and things that will harm your body from the inside and make you sick. So a metal container is very important. There's nothing you can do with a plastic container that you can't do with metal. So metal is the key. Make sure that you have a good, thick wall, stainless steel container. 32 ounces is the key to that, because 32 ounces is how things are measured for disinfecting your water if you're going to use chemicals for disinfection. Whether it's iodine, chlorine dioxide, bleach, whatever it is, all of those things are measured in drops or units per US quarter liter. So you need to make sure you have a 32 ounce or 1 quart bottle that's made out of metal. The last C in the 5 C's of survivability is cordage. Cordage is very important because cordage is used to lash and build everything that you need to use in a survival situation, like tools, like implements, like shelters. All of those things need cordage for bindings. Bindings are very important in a survival situation. Cordage becomes a pain if you have to make mass amounts of it in a wilderness situation. It's pretty easy to make just a few feet, but to make 100 feet takes a long time. So you want to carry cordage with you. This is a 3-ply cordage, which means it can be broken down into smaller fibers. This is a tarred Mariner's Bank line. It is 165-pound test, and you can break that down to 3 fibers to use for smaller things like repairing your equipment or sewing up a wound if you need arises for something like that. With these 5 C's, you can pretty much take care of all immediate needs for a 72-hour search and rescue type scenario where you're going to stay put and wait for rescue. What you have to remember is, if you think back to these 5 C's, these are the most difficult things to reproduce in the wild with natural material. And that's important because a calorie game is what survival is all about. It's about conserving your body's core temperature, conserving your hydration, and conserving your calories. You don't want to have to spend a lot of time and energy to make things in a wilderness situation if you don't have to. These 5 things take a lot of time and energy or specialized materials to recreate, so you're better off to carry these and make the things that you don't necessarily have to have. So we'll talk more about the other 5 C's in just a minute.